Yo, what's good, fam? What's popping with y'all, man? Happy to be back. Happy to be back another Monday. Still feeling the intro, man. Still the intro still fire. But what's good, Dave?
Great week, man. Great week last week. Great weekend indeed. Long weekend. I didn't have to work today. You know what I'm saying? It was a pretty. I was down in your parts. I wasn't in Charlotte, but I was in the borough. I was in
Yep.
Greensboro from
Did you
Wednesday
get
to
you some? Did you
Saturday.
get you some Dames or Stephanies or something?
I did get both. I
Nice.
got both.
I know you gonna hit the food spots.
Well, I didn't hit everything I wanted to. Let me be clear. I didn't go to Waffle House. I didn't even go to Cookout.
Mm,
No
it's a shame.
Bojangles, but no Bojangles. But but I did hit Dames and Stephanie's. That was all on Friday.
You went
The
to
third,
both?
yeah, I went to Dames and Stephanie's on Friday.
Damn.
I went to Danes for breakfast/lunch, and I went to
Nice.
Stephanie's
Good
for
choice.
dinner.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Dames and Stephanie's. Great food. Great food. All right. Dave, we got it's a lot to talk about. I know a lot of people want us to go and dive right into the Kirk Cousins and Robby Anderson stuff. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, but bear with us as we discuss a couple things before we get to that. So just bear with us. It's gonna be
We
a little
got time.
second.
Look, man, listen. Before today, I could have legitimately we could have generally had a whole show that had nothing to do with the Panthers. Legitimately. Legitimately. And then today happened and all hell broke loose. And that's
Yeah,
what
it's
we're
a
here
lot.
for, man.
It's a lot going on. But before we get into that news, man, we gotta talk about. I know we come up here and talk about A&T sometimes and A&T football, and all that good stuff, man. And we had just moved into the Big South this year, and it looks like A&T is on the move again. A&T is moving to the CAA. That went down this weekend. I know Dave has a few thoughts. Let's keep it concise because we do got to get to the other news. But Dave, what's your thoughts on it?
So I was down in Greensboro when this thing was flowing, man. And let me tell you something. The the swiftness of it. I guess the CAA uh called up A&T back in November, asked them if they were interested. A&T said, well, let's look at the data and see if it makes sense. Because they did that big study between 2015 and 2020, the independent company that did the study with them pretty much said, hey, CAA is your best bet. But at the time, the geographical status of the conference didn't make sense. But now, the fact that they're about to split the divisions up to northern and southern divisions, it makes perfect sense. So from that standpoint, like the travel is going to end up being a wash in football, and in basketball, they're going to split the divisions up, and everything else they split the divisions up. So it's going to be pretty much similar for them. So there you have it, bro. A&T's heading to the CAA, which is a stronger FCS conference from an athletic standpoint, from an academic standpoint. It makes sense.
Yeah, they
And
got. I was looking at the roster. They got so many associated and non-associated, not full time. It's crazy. That conference is wild, man.
but you
It's a
know how
lot of
many,
people.
but you know how many full-time members they have?
It wasn't that many.
You know,
What I saw.
after come 2022, it'll be 14 members.
Okay, so everybody's going full time.
No, there's already like
Yeah,
nine
there's like
full-time
mad
members now.
associate members and football
Ye-
only and all that
Yeah, yeah, but
nonsense.
like, yeah, like, but the bottom line is from like the all the sports standpoint, like from the bulk of the sports, it's gonna be 14 teams. There's 14 schools within that conference. Like I know for football, there's a bunch of associate members, and for like
Yeah, it's like
rowing,
all associate. Yeah, it's like mostly associate members.
yeah, but even believe it or not, even if you don't count the associate members, they're still at like 8 or 9
Yeah, it was like 8 or 9
non-associate.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
which is still pretty good. So even if the associate members walk away, they don't have an issue about losing their slot. But that being said, it's about the rest of the sports too, right? Like CAA covers a lot more sports than the Big South does. But now it becomes interesting for the Big South and what's going to happen to them.
Yeah, because a lot of the Big South teams left. Monmouth, who
Oh,
else?
they were
Lark.
they were an associate member too. People don't realize
Yeah,
that
yeah, they were.
Monmouth, North Alabama, and Kennesaw State were only for football in the Big South. Now the big loss for them was Hampton because Hampton was a full member, and now A&T's about to leave, so they were a full member. It looks like the press conference is going to happen this week supposedly.
Yeah.
The
All right.
MEAC did call him.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they said, "Nah, we good."
All right, we'll circle back around there. I'm sure we'll have some time at the end of the show. We got time, and then we'll circle back around. I don't want to belabor that because I know a lot of people. There's a certain subset of people that know what we talking about. So I don't want to belabor the point, but we'll circle back around. So go ahead.
Nah, we good, man. Let's get into what they want to hear,
Yeah,
even though there ain't really
we'll get
much
into it. So it's a couple things before we get into that particular news as the combine, right? Big news on the combine. Ian Rappaport said this morning that unless the NFL and the combine agree to ease the restrictions, allowing players access to their full team of coaches, trainers, and all that good stuff, like in past years, a lot of the top prospects were going to sit and just do the medical evaluations and not actually participate. Well, Dave, you want to know what happens when players actually band together and 150 people was like, nah, we ain't coming. That would have been trash. It would have been a trash combine. So you know what, Dave? You know what happened?
They caved, didn't they?
They caved in, Dave. So the NFL released
a
statement.
I didn't know they caved. Like I heard.
Go ahead.
Now I didn't know they caved. Like I saw the thing, and the first thing, and I tweeted saying, "Well, you know what that means? That means HBCUs and other FCS schools are going to get an opportunity if they don't show up because they'll come." But they caved.
No, they would if they had the opportunity, but they caved. And so the NFL released a statement earlier today that pretty much said they're canning the whole bubble situation where you can't leave and you can't do that. They're pretty much saying it's a wrap. You're going to get access to everybody. It's all good. No worries. Everybody relax. And everybody's going to now attend the combine. So it is good news that it happened though. Cause shout out to all the players. And I think the NFLPA even released a statement, I guess condoning what the players were doing. And so, it's good that they actually got that change if they really wanted that, right? If they really wanted to go out there and stick together, and it was dope to see that. Still dope to see that. So shout out to them for doing that. But yeah, that was it. Any thoughts on the combine? We have more. It would have been more to unpack had they not.
Yeah, there's nothing to unpack now, man. They cave. We can move on from this.
Yeah, they cave. You're right.
Move on from this.
All right. Whoops. So, real quick note. I was going through the internets, and I found out that that Dan Morgan, who is our assistant GM, has interviewed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's interesting for the full-time general manager position. Their general manager, Colbert, is retiring and after the draft. So there will be an open spot after the draft. And now Dan Morgan has been, interviewed for that situation, which is interesting. The Pittsburgh Steelers did go out there and they hired Brian Flores as their assistants to the assistant linebackers coach or something like that.
Senior defensive assistants linebackers coach.
Yo, it's crazy. They made up.
No, but let's start with the basics, right? Props to the Rooney family. Props to Tomlin for pulling it off, for hiring them. But that being said, this actually strengthens his case more than weakens it. It kind of proves his point.
Yeah.
But I digress. People don't realize it's about the fact that black coaches can't keep a job that long, but it's also about the fact of the opportunities that they get after they do get fired. Because most coaches end up becoming a coordinator.
Or going to college.
Lovie
Smith, Raheem Morris, all them cats. I think they went back to college first, and then they kind of made it back up in there.
Yeah, but what the streak is now is that like Hugh Jackson had an interesting story about what happened to him after he got fired from the Raiders. Not even what happened to Cleveland. Like after he got fired from the Raiders, he had to go and coach defense and work his way back up to finally get the opportunity for Cleveland. Like any other coach that gets fired like that, they don't have to even leave their side. But you know what? I digress. I think it strengthens this case more than anything else. But props to the Rooney family and to Flora, to Tomlin for pulling the trigger to hire them.
Yeah, and circling back, Dan Morgan, obviously. And this is the kind of move that makes sense, right? When you talk about guys leaving for promotions, this makes sense, right? He's assistant GM right now. He would be in line for a general manager position for the Steelers. That's dope. I mean, that's how it typically rolls. And if I'm Dan Morgan, bro, and the Steelers come calling, I'm going to that organization easily. So I commend him for doing that. And I would be on the first thing smoking up out of Carolina too if I were him. So
that also says a lot. If well, I mean, it'll be a promotion for him, but if he bolts, bro, because there's always that concern that if the longer the rule stays, the odds of them cleaning complete houses is higher. Right?
Well, the good news is though he's only I don't want to make it say he's only. I didn't mean saying like that, but
because
he is the assistant.
Brandon Bean was
right.
too.
I get that, I understand that, but he's the assistant GM, right? He's not the actual GM, right? So yes, in a situation where we lose, or somehow Fitterer gets fired or something, you could promote Dan Morgan. That's true, but that takes some time, right? Bean was a guy that grew. Bean was from the dirt, like he came from the dirt, literally. That's a different kind of scenario, in my opinion. He came from like literally like a ticket sales office all the way up to GM. That's a different track in my mind. But I don't know. But anyway, he is the assistant GM, not the actual GM. So losing him isn't as big of a deal as if it was losing the GM. But anyway, shout out to Dan Morgan. He is rolling, and shout out to him for potentially getting a GM job somewhere. It's dope. All right, real quick, we got to talk about Germany real quick. I noticed this. Shout out to Zach from the Roaring Riot, Dave. I saw that he was out in Germany. So typically during the off season, Zach goes to the particular venues and he organizes. And I don't know the particulars behind it. I just noticed it because I follow him on Twitter, and he always like, "Oh, I can't wait till we take over such and such." And he does this during the off season, right? So I say that to say there is a great chance, I would say above average chance, that the Carolina Panthers play in Germany next year. And I don't know if it's going to be as a home game, but just following the tea leaves, I really think that the Carolina Panthers will be playing in Germany next year.
They've already started reserving spots for it, so I think it's happening, sir.
Yeah.
Like you know what? I thought about booking my spot because I've never been to Europe, but I'm fearing the expense. I've already spent enough money this year so far.
You never been to where?
I've never been to Europe. I've never been to any country. I've never
Europe.
been.
Europe. I thought you said so.
I've never been to Europe.
Awesome.
Like I've never been. Yeah, I've never been to the UK. I've never been to Germany.
Oh, it's awesome.
I got to get over there at some point.
You got to get culture, Dave. I've been to France twice.
You've been everywhere, bro. You've been to France. You've been to China too, right?
Yeah, been to China. Yep.
Yo, my boy Michael told me a story about when he went to China, and I was in stitches. I guess he was walking around, and all of a sudden, everybody was just taking his picture. Because I guess they don't. That happens. Yeah, they stare. They don't see like that many Americans.
They like to touch your hair and all that. Yeah, they don't. They don't see many Americans.
Bro, listen, I'm so glad I don't have. I'm so glad I don't have hair, bro, because I'll be damned.
But Dave, I think you made a Floridian slip there. It's not that they don't see that many Americans; they don't see that many African Americans over there. So when they see us, they don't really. It's true, Dave. Trust me, it's true. They don't see that many of us over there.
I know they don't see many of us, but I don't think they see that many of Americans, period, too, because I know of folks that aren't us that get the same taking picture. But I know we probably got a higher tier because we're probably rarer. I mean, African Americans only cover 13% of the country of the United States. I mean, we're a different breed. So
but no, it's dope over there though. China's dope. Just be careful with the food. Your stomach ain't ready for it. You got to take it easy. It ain't, it ain't the Chinese food up the street. Just be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different. But I digress. My bad. Go to Europe though. I'm intrigued. Whenever this happens, I gotta know because I might make that happen. Germany's. I haven't been to Germany as an adult. I was there as a baby. Never been as a full adult. So I would like to go back.
I mean, I've already bought my homecoming tickets. Like I've already bought my flight, so it can't be that same weekend. It won't happen if that's the case.
That's tough.
It won't I booked it over the week. I even got a hotel at the host hotel this year. First time ever.
I saw that.
I'm looking forward to that, man. It's gonna be lit.
All right. Let's move on. Make sure you follow us on all socials, man. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, even if you want to. Shout out to our Patreon members. Patreon.com/Panther Nation PC if you want to support the channel even further. Take your fandom of PNP to the next level by becoming a Patreon member. You can support as low as $3 a month. Then these are the folks, the free agents. Shout out to them folk that are supporting the channel for $3 a month, man. We really appreciate that. Appreciate y'all support. Some of y'all have been supporting since day one, literally since we launched it. So shout out to y'all, man. And shout out to the franchise guys, man. All the franchise players who support for $10 per month. We appreciate that. Again, some of y'all have been on board since day one. We greatly appreciate the support. It helps us fund some of our things on the back end that we have going on to keep this channel up and keep it going. And shout out to the MVPs, man. MVP, they support with $25 a month. And Dave, I'm just going to do this now. I'm just going to do this now because we ain't set up no time for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the MVP giveaway right now.
You want to set
Dave.
it up? You want to set it up for this weekend?
Dave,
we still need to do a
right
we can do the MVP now.
I'm doing it right now, Dave.
We could do the MVP now, but we still need to give these guys a confidential. We owe them one, so we got to figure.
We owe them a confidential.
Saturday
we owe them a confidential, but Dave, I promise. I said I was going to give away a signed Musim Muhammad, Dave, which I have right here in my hand. In my hand, Dave, for the MVPs. And those of you that don't know, we do an MVP giveaway every month for our MVPs, right? It might be when the season was going on, it was tickets. It was now I got some autographed jerseys or something like that. So again, MVP giveaway. Let me just make this big real quick. So as you can see, I got a signed Musim Muhammad jersey. Shout out to Pristine Auction, man. That's who provides. Oh, well, that's who I cop all my stuff from. They don't provide it. I tried to get them to sponsor, and they wouldn't do it.
Help him out, man. He just need to download the app, though.
No, you gotta link your Patreon to the Discord. Like, you gotta add your username. I don't know how to. I'll give you a link to the Discord later. I'll give it to you. But I'll hook you up. But let me go ahead and do this giveaway real quick for the MVP of this month. So let me go ahead. I already got the names listed. Here we go. So I'm gonna do it. I'm pulling it right now, Dave. And the winner is going to be. Hold on 1 second. The winner is going to be. My bad.
Come on, man. This drum roll is long as shit.
Hold on, Dave. My bad. I gotta hit the refresh button. My fault. All right, so RJ is the winner.
Congrats, RJ.
RJ, man. RJ been supporting the channel for a long time. So I gotta get that in the mail to him. Shout out to RJ. Congrats to RJ. Again, every single month we do one of these. Again, they invest in us, so we like to give some of that back. Also, shout out to the MVPs, man. Shout out to RJ. I'll get with you on the Discord somewhere. All right, shout out to RJ. All right, moving on, Dave. Let's go ahead and talk about it. We didn't get a chance to talk about this real quick, but Frankie Louisville is back with the Panthers, which is super dope. Super dope.
This is a big deal, and this is one of the signings I wanted. I'm so happy that it happened, bro.
Yeah, so Frankie Louisville signs a 2-year, $9 million deal. Right. So when I did my signer walk, I thought that it would be in the range of $3 million. I thought $3 million per year was what it would be. He got $4.5 million per year for 2 years. And then I also said that $5 million was a bit too much. So they came in a little bit right between what I said. They a little bit on the higher end, just slightly over what I projected. But I do like this. Now, there are some questions. That I have, because now what does that mean for Hassan Reddick, Dave? Now,
it does, in my eyes, I don't think it means much at all, because we know what it's going to take to get Reddick. You know what I'm saying? Like, from my standpoint, this is another guy that we wanted to re-sign. So mission accomplished from that standpoint, right? So in my eyes, I don't think that means much for Hassan Reddick. I think Hassan Reddick could still end up getting re-signed if we want to keep him here. Because if all else fail, I stand by what I said. If we're going to tag somebody, it's going to be him. Period.
Yeah.
I don't see them tagging Gilmore. So if they're going to tag somebody, it's going to be at Reddick. But I think they're going to try to get a long-term deal with Reddick because it'll probably be more cap friendly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just don't. I think that, you kind of, it depends where they're going to play Frankie. And this is where I have a bit of a conundrum with Frankie, because if you play him to be you put him in a backup role, a rotational role, like, he was great. Frankie Louisville was great I just wish that there would have been a little bit more of a role for him. I wish he would have played more. So then one has to ask, okay, is he going to be as effective in a bigger role, right? Because he was in a rotational role, he didn't play that much. So when he came in, he was super efficient, super effective. But when given the bigger role, with given more tape, what does that mean, right? What does that mean? I don't know. So, and then also like Hassan. Okay, so we talk about getting bigger on the edges. You've essentially got Louisville and Hassan, which are damn near the same player, right? So you still got Brian Burns. You still got. I don't know. I don't know how he's going to be used. So it'd be great if they actually used him as like an interior linebacker. Maybe he can play middle. I don't know if you move Shaq inside to interior linebacker and then put Frankie as the outside linebacker. I don't know what the plan is. I wish I knew what the plan was for Frankie to get him on the field more, because I think he's a great player. But then at the same time, you question whether he can play. Whether he can play a multiple.
Well, then the debate goes. I don't think we're re-signing Jermaine.
No.
So I mean,
I don't think so either.
I mean, that's going to give him more playing time in my eyes.
Yeah, that's it. But Jermaine Carter's a middle linebacker. Like, he plays middle linebacker. That's what I was just saying. I don't know that. Are you going to move Shaq to middle linebacker? Or are you going to play? Like, I don't know what their plan is for the linebacker, because we have a gap there. Like, how do you feel it? Yeah. Like, is the answer on the roster? Do you just move Shaq, or do you
draft somebody?
Or do you draft? And again, if you draft somebody, then I'm trying to find out where Frankie Louisville fits into the equation if you're going to get him on the field more. You're paying him more, right? So you expect to put him on the field more, right? So I'm trying to understand.
But how much more are we paying him? Like, you're talking $4.5 million. That ain't starter money.
No, it's not. It could. I mean, no, not right now. But at the same time, so okay, it's not starter money. You're right. It's not. It's not
starter money.
But
so, like, if he ends up starting, then that's a bonus for us, because I think he's able to do it.
That's what I'm playing. You sign a player to keep him. Like, the intention is not to pay dude starting money. Like, you want to get him in at a lower deal and make him play. Like, that's how you get the bang for your buck. You don't get a
absolutely.
Dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say is, like, you don't pay him just to be cheap and say, oh, well, you're going to pay because I'm paying you $4.5 million. You're going to play back. Like, you want him to, and I think he's capable. I would hope he's capable of playing more minutes. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
Yeah. But I mean, I love the signing. Now, I love the signing. Like, and I'm happy that the Panthers are doing this now, because we kind of need to go ahead and get some of these rotational guys in. Because worst case scenario, he's a rotational guy. You know what I'm saying? Right. He got a raise. He's played well. He's super efficient when he had his opportunities. So I love the signing. I love it. And I think when we get through free agency, I think the fan base will appreciate it more.
Yeah, Louisville's great, man. He was a great locker room guy. Everybody, all the dudes loved him. Like, when he got the deal, damn near everybody on the team congratulated him. So yeah, he's good. Great player, man. I hope he gets on the field more, because like I said, he was super efficient when he got on the field. Now the question is if they do more
3-4, they could put him inside.
That's the question. That's what I'm questioning. I don't know where he's gonna play.
They could absolutely.
But then I still question, what we're gonna do with Hassan. I saw Hassan Reddick on Twitter this weekend. I think I saw him like a photo. And this is Twitter. I'm not saying it's gospel, so please don't say what I'm saying as gospel. I'm just saying I saw Hassan Reddick like a tweet about going back home to Philly. Like, somebody had tweeted, bring Hassan Reddick home, and he hit the like button on that joint, right? So again, we have a decision that, as a matter of fact, if we're gonna sign Hassan Reddick, it better be within the next 4 or 5 days, because his contract voids on the 25th. So if his contract voids, he becomes a free agent.
Oh, so we couldn't tag him anyway.
If his contract we could do it now. I think we can do it from now, whenever that window opens. I don't know when the franchise tag window opens. Let me see. Hold
on. Because I think if there's a tag, it's him. If we're going to tag anybody, that's him. If we don't tag anybody,
so it starts today. Actually, starts today. It starts today. The franchise tag window starts today.
Oh, they got 4 days. You got time, plenty of time.
So exactly. So if they want to do it, they got 4 days before his contract voids, right? Because then once his contract voids, he becomes a free agent. Same thing happened to Matt Paradis, which we ain't nobody talking about that. But Matt Paradis' contract voided. His contract is done. He's a free agent, and we got to pay him $8 million. Nobody's talking about that. Like that shit slid completely under the rug. We'll talk about it a little bit later and the implications.
You know why?
Ain't nobody talking about
you know why it slid under the rug, Rashad?
Why is that?
Because his ownership is focused on a soccer team that's about to be mediocre.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Let me tell you something, bro.
Yeah, I saw that. It seems like some Tepperisms are bleeding over.
Fam. Let me tell you something. Shout out to the Patreon. Shout out to Nolan. Let me tell you something. When I watched that video, I was like, yo, the soccer team might be worse than the football team at this rate. They out here not even taking advantage of all their international free agents. They tripping. They don't even have a full team, bro. Yeah, at least we got that. It's all about perspective now. They ain't even got a full team. They got 6 slots available right now. Think about that. They got 6 spots. They about to out here about to run these dudes to the ground.
Yeah, I don't know shit about soccer. I did learn a little bit watching that video, but yeah,
I did. But it was simple, right? If you telling me they have 31 players and you only sign 25, that ain't good.
True. And the season starts in like a week or so, don't it?
Yeah, the season starts in a couple days.
Yeah, that ain't good. Anyway, shout out to Frankie Louisville, got that bag. It is what it is, man. Shout out to Frankie Louisville. Now, Dave, let's get to it, man. All right, Dave. So, word on the street, and I don't know where this came from.
I love that you picked this picture. I just want you to know that.
Listen, word on the street is that Robby Anderson wants to be, well, if he were to get traded, he would like to go back to the Jets. Okay. Okay. All right. So Jets. I know it's a couple Jets fans, and I saw the Jets folk in here.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to the Jets folk, man. Y'all done finagled us one time. All right. Y'all got us with Sam Darnold.
We own one, bro.
Y'all got us with Sam. I think we won our third round pick.
Let me put my hat on. Let me throw my ANC hat on because I need to put my ANC hat on for this. Because I don't want to look, man. I told you guys not to sign this. I told you it was a bad idea to sign this too. Man.
Yeah, I said it was a bad idea too, and y'all killed me for it.
I told
y'all killed me for it. Y'all killed me for it when I said it. I was like, yo, this is not a good deal, man.
Terrible signing.
So what's crazy?
You know, that might be like the apex of the franchise, right? Like that might be like the bottom of the bottom. Like you got players on our squad saying, yo, I want to go play for the Jets instead of play here. That says something about the organization. That says something about the coaching. That says a lot, bro. That says a lot, man.
Yeah, it made no sense when we drafted Terrace Marshall to then extend Robby. It made no sense. Drafting Terrace Marshall was awesome. I loved it. I loved the pick. Mm-hmm. However, then double down by signing Robby Anderson and then taking the franchise tag on DJ Moore is just a bunch of news that just didn't add up to me. Now with Robby Anderson's deal, I would see why they want to move him. Like it makes complete sense. So everybody that's saying it's cap, like it's cap or whatever that he it might be cap that he wants to go back to, and that could be it too. Some people are
I'm leaving this up. I'm leaving this up here because
we'll talk about that. But I think that it might be cap that he wanted to go back to the Jets, but his name being floated makes complete sense when you look at the cap figure. It makes complete sense. So don't tell me that this could potentially happen because his cap number, we backed ourselves into a corner here, and now we got to make a decision. And with all that was being said about creating or getting draft capital without trading back, this is how you'd have to do it. You got to sacrifice some cash, and so it makes complete sense that this dude gets moved, whether it's to the Jets or anybody else. So, and listen, well, as soon as I saw it, I said the same thing. I was like, "Yo, that you had the thing up on the screen a minute ago." Like, I've been saying that.
Bro,
I've been saying that.
my man left. He left New York to get away from Sam Darnold. He left New York to get away from Sam Darnold. Then we trade for Sam Darnold. Of course, he doesn't want to be here, guys. Which is why I made it more questionable why we re-signed him. Like, he don't want to be here. He don't want to play for him. You saw how much he smiled when Cam was a quarterback? You saw how much he smiled? He ain't smiled. Yo, my man got shooters, but he never smiled until then. And you guys are out here wondering why that man wanted to be traded. I thought it was a bad sign from the gate because I knew he wasn't about that life. And then all of a sudden, as soon as we bring Sam in here, he won out. So it was like he saw that we brought Sam in here. He did like a silent holdout. He held out. He held out. Like I don't care what you say. He held out. They ain't reported as such, but it was a solid holdout, right? They saw that Sam was there. He did his silent holdout, and then he got his deal, and then he played with Sam again and realized, yo, I gotta get the hell out of here.
Then don't forget to add the fact that he went ham on Sam on the sideline.
Yeah,
on the sideline, he snapped on Sam,
and he had one of his better days when Cam was the quarterback.
And he had his best season with Teddy Bridgewater last year.
Yeah,
career season under Teddy. So I feel like Robby might be a little, a little disjointed. He might be a little upset. You know what I'm saying? So,
but
I don't know.
I think he got that extension because of the connection with Rule. But now I think it's backfiring because now it puts him in a rough it puts Rule in a rough spot because of the conflict. Because he's like, yo, I don't want to play for Sam Darnold. Like he doesn't. I don't think he wants Sam to be his QB. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with this, man. But I just don't. I understand it from Robby's perspective, and I understand it from the parents. If he wants out, I get it. Like he ain't getting no young. I think he's 20. He ain't that old, but I'm not saying he's old. But what I'm saying is this dude has been playing for garbage teams. Like he's played for the Jets when they were trash. Well, they're still trash, but he's played for the Jets. He's played for the Panthers, who's been trash the past 2 years. Like I'd be frustrated too. Like send me to a winner, fam. Robby's a talented dude, man. I know he dropped some footballs this year, but he also had 1,000. He also had 1,000-yard season last year. Like so, he's talented, bro. Don't tell me Robby ain't talented. He just got to get with some good quarterback, man. He got
2020. He didn't have 1,000-yard season with Cam and Sam. He had a 20,000-yard season with Teddy
last year. Not this past season, but the year prior to
in 2020. Yep. Just to be clear, because I don't want folks saying, you know what I'm saying. In 2020, he had that 1,000-yard season, which was his career high. But yeah, now I'm not shocked by this, bro. But what do you think we would get for Robby Anderson at this point? I'm thinking like a 4th round pick,
maybe a third. But you also have to account for that contract, right? You gotta take that contract too.
We got to eat the contract, right? We'll have to eat the bonus money.
Yeah, we eat the bonus money, but his contract isn't like it's. Let me see. If you take Robby Anderson, let me pull it up. If you take Robby Anderson, you got to pay him $10 million this year, right? Which is not terrible. You got to pay him $10 million, and then you got to pay him $8 million in 2023. So it's not bad at all. If I'm a team, I'd take that. So yeah, I'd say we get like a 3rd or 4th round pick for Robby, something like that. Now for the Panthers, we will free up. I think we free up $7 million if we get rid of or trade him. Like we'll still have to eat the bonus money, but we'll free up a nice amount next year too. We'll free up a nice amount next year. So yeah, I think it works out good for both sides if Robby Anderson was traded. I think it depending on what team Robby Anderson goes to. So I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at Robby. If he wants to get out, that's true. I'm not mad at him, and I'm not mad at the Panthers for shopping him because we've heard all kind of rumors. Like it's a lot of rumors going on tied to Panthers players. Christian McCaffrey, I heard one about him.
Yeah, there's one about McCaffrey too going to Buffalo.
I didn't have a slide about that, but you want to talk about that real quick,
bro? The problem with it, and you got the cap data up, but I just think we would take too big of a hit cap wise to trade him. I don't think this is like a tradable thing this year. And if we have to, and because of that, I don't think nobody's going to be willing to take his contract, and that's part of the problem.
Well, I think somebody willing to take his contract. It's us having to eat what we have to eat, because the contract isn't bad for a team willing to take him. Especially if we're paying the bonus money. That's the problem. There's bonus money tied to it.
Yeah, if that's the case, well, I don't know if we're going to pay that, bro. Which is a shame.
See if I can pull it up real quick. But
because ever since he's gotten paid, he hasn't really played.
Yeah, he hasn't played at all. So just put this in perspective. A team looking to get Christian McCaffrey, it's not bad, right? They'll have to take a $8.4 million contract this year, in 2022, and then $11.8 million in 2023, $11.8 million in 2024, and then $12 million in 2025. So if you look at it from their perspective, from a team perspective, looking at that, I'd pay Christian McCaffrey that amount every year. The problem is that there's bonus money attached to it, which increases the cap hit for us. So instead of paying him $8 million in 2022, we got to pay him $14 million. Instead of paying him $11.8 million in 2023, we got to pay him $17 million. So instead of paying him $11.8 million in 2024, we got to pay him $17 million, and then so on and so on. So it's not that easy, right? And then if we decide to go ahead and trade him, we're going to add, and we've got to add $4 million to the cap. So you pay him the $18 million plus add $4 more million to the cap. So you don't get anything. You're adding to the cap by releasing a Christian McCaffrey. And
they're saying we will get Cole Beasley back, and I'm like,
I saw that. I saw the scenario, and I saw people saying like, "Oh, that's not enough." Like let me see if I can find the conversation for him. Because
no, but that's what we're gonna get because of the contract.
Exactly.
Like you guys got to realize, trading McCaffrey with that contract is going to cost us. We're not going to get that much stuff back. It was like Beasley in a third-round pick. Oh, it was like Beasley in a third-round pick. So, like from the contract perspective,
it was like a third and a sixth or something like that.
Yeah, like you ain't gonna get much for him because of the contract, and that's the problem. And that's why I said when you out here talking about, oh, we could trade McCaffrey. I mean, I would love to trade him, but the reality is we're not going to get much.
And he's hurt too, bro. He's a guy that can't stay healthy.
The fact that he's considered fragile in league circles now, and from that standpoint, you're not going to be able to get much for him. So when you take all those things to account, it ain't worth it. Yeah, so you might as well just go ahead and keep him, and then just wait until you can cut him, because that's what it's going to have to come down to at this point. Because you can't expect a team to take it, and then we're going to have to eat the bulk of it too.
Yeah, so essentially we're asking a team to do us a favor, right? And you don't get first round and second round picks for a favor. Like that's not how it works. Like that's just not how it works. So
they got to eat that contract. They got to eat that base. Nobody wants to eat that base for a running back. We just saw
the base isn't terrible.
Well, the thing is,
it's the length.
The Rams just won the Super Bowl with Darrell Henderson, Cam Akers as their running backs, and Sony Michel. They just won their Super Bowl with a bunch of guys that ain't making that much money. And on the other side, Joe Mixon is still on his rookie deal. So, like, you're not – so the point that I'm trying to make is you don't pay the running backs what we're paying McCaffrey. So it's going to be tough to get a team to take it. And the crazy thing is they're talking about Buffalo, but Buffalo's offense is so damn efficient with Devin Singletary and Zach Moss. So what sense does it, like in the grand scheme of things, Rashad, what sense does it make for the Bills to trade for him, other than the fact that Brandon B knows him?
I think that's the biggest thing.
That's the only thing.
That's the only thing that really does it.
From the standpoint of their success, dog, they were overtime away from being in the AFC Championship game. You know what I'm saying? So like it ain't they got a team ready. And they could, and theoretically, if I was them, I would. Oh, you're right. My bad. I'll own up to that. But I'll guarantee you, he ain't making $16 million a year.
I was gonna look it up. He's making $12 million a year.
It ain't 16.
So he'll never have Well, his cap hits just barely scratch what Christian would get.
So in the grand scheme of things, you can't expect like the Bills could draft a running back to fix their problem if they're not that confident in Devin Singletary and Zach Moss, is what I'm getting at. They could draft one in this draft. They could arguably probably draft the best running back in the draft in the first round if they wanted to.
Yeah, so this is true, but the good thing about these is that they're not getting paid like Christian McCaffrey's getting paid. And I think that's the point here. It's like that's why you don't pay him.
That's what it boils down to.
A running back on a rookie deal getting hurt is not as bad as Christian McCaffrey going down 2 consecutive years being paid as much as he's getting paid. Like that's I see what you're saying, but that they're not really not the same. But yeah, man. So again, I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know. Again, let me just say this too, because this is all rumor. This is all rumor mill. This was just somebody going on the Spot Track podcast and talking about a hypothetical scenario. So this is not something that's going to happen. This is just all speculation right now. They were dreaming up scenarios. So yeah, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know, man. I hope Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy. But we got bigger issues than just him getting hurt every year. Like it's another issue. And speaking of that, Dave, here we go. Here we go. So according to some guy on Twitter, I don't even know who this is, man. It set the Twitter streets ablaze, Dave. Ablaze they were. I'm
not shocked by the trade, though. Let me be clear. It makes sense from the standpoint if the new coach wants to have his own quarterback that doesn't believe in Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And he might like one of the quarterbacks in the draft. So I could see, because they're in position to take one. One of them will be there where they're at.
Yeah, where are they picking?
I mean, I think they're top 20. Let me check the draft order.
They are picking 12. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they're in position.
They're definitely in striking distance to take one. So I agree with you, and I think they're floating Cousins. This is all I'm reading. So if there's Vikings fans in here, just hey, you keep us honest, okay? You keep us honest. If there's Viking fans, shout out to the Vikings fans in here. Shout out to Wimbar and Lapagis. Shout out to the Vikings. That's the Vikings YouTubers. Real cool folk. All right, but. From what I'm hearing is that they're trying to drum up a trade, and I think they want Cousins to take a pay cut, if I'm not mistaken. And they want him to take a pay cut, and Cousins is like, nah, I'm not doing that. And so now when that happens, it makes complete sense that they're starting to throw out these trade rumors and do all this kind of stuff. And man, shout out to Kirk Cousins, bro, because Kirk Cousins this dude has been like, when it comes to money, like he's gotten his money, but I'd be damned this dude ain't had to go around the bushes for it, bro. Like this dude with the football team got franchise tag 2 years in a row. Then he finally got paid by the Vikings. And I don't know what. And again, let me just say this about Kirk Cousins, bro, because I know there's a lot of talk about people. Kirk Cousins isn't that great. Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. I don't care what anybody tells you. Kirk Cousins is solid.
I'm going to ask you a question.
He's solid. Go ahead, Dave.
Is he better than Stafford?
Individual talent? I don't know. I don't
think he's better than Stafford.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest, right?
Okay.
Do I think he's better than Sam? Absolutely. Do I think he's better than Bridgewater? Yes.
Yep.
All right. Now, so the fan base has to ask the question, what expectation do you have with Kirk Cousins? I think this guy can do fourth quarter comebacks. I think he's a capable quarterback. I'm just afraid about what it would cost to get him. And that's the dilemma I have.
That begs the question, Dave, what it would cost to get him. We got options here because everybody's floating around. Oh, we got to take a $45 million cap hit. Yo, fam, we all know what y'all talking about. Relax. We don't have to take a $45 million cap hit if we trade for Kirk Cousins. Couple things could happen if we trade for Kirk Cousins, right? If we trade for Kirk Cousins and it's a straight up trade, he's on the final year of his deal. If we trade for him, we have to pay him 30. His base salary is $35 million.
Oh my God.
So we would have to pay $35 million but that's not our only option. See, that's where it gets, people got to stop thinking, like, think outside the box. If you're a GM, you can, once you get him, you can extend him. You can extend him and lessen that blow. So you can make it work if you feel like Kirk Cousins is your guy.
But right? I have a question for you.
Sure.
We got more questions.
Sure.
So if you make the decision to extend him, what does that do to the coaching situation? Like, do you really want to commit to a quarterback that for a coach that might not be there after this year? That doesn't make that's the issue at hand. So we know that we could trade for Kirk Cousins on an expiring contract, right? We could do that, and I'm open to it. And maybe we won't have to give up as much. Maybe we give up like a 4th round pick. I think the fan base will be pissed because then we won't have a pick until the 5th round. But if we give up like a 4th round pick to get him, maybe send my man the other way and go from there. But then that means we're not going to draft a quarterback in the 1st round.
33 isn't old in quarterback years. 33 he's got plenty of time.
He's got 5 more years.
Yeah, he's got a long time to play. 33 is not old in quarterback years.
We just saw Super Bowl. We just saw Super Bowl win a quarterback in his 40s.
Yeah. So here's the conundrum that the Panthers are in, right? And I need to break this down to y'all because we got to stop looking at things in isolation. If you're a fan of a team, look at the situation your team is in, right? You have to analyze the situation that the team is in. Dave, let's break this down because you touched on it a little bit. This team is in a situation where Matt Rule is in year 3. Matt Rule is in win now mode. Matt Rule is not going to pitch his wagon to a rookie quarterback, bro. I do not think that's going to happen. He's not doing it.
But Rashad, 7 years, bro. Hove.
No, he's not doing it, bro. This is why you see these veteran quarterbacks coming through. Veteran quarterbacks in their brain give you a better opportunity. This is not me saying this. This is the actions that the Carolina Panthers are showing you. In their brain, the veteran quarterback gives you a better option, puts you in a better situation to win now. And the Panthers are in win now mode. So them going out to get a veteran quarterback, or them being tied to a veteran quarterback, makes complete sense. Can y'all get this? Okay, my bad. This dude is spamming.
You got him out here?
Yeah. But anyway, so again, look at the situation the Panthers are in. So we have to say, we can sit up here and say, because you're right, everybody's right. Everybody is right. The right thing to do in ideal situation would be to draft a quarterback. That is the right thing to do. I completely agree with you. 1,000% on board, draft a quarterback. However, this coaching staff is not, I'm telling you, they're not going to hitch their wagon to a rookie quarterback, bro. They're not. I'm telling you, they won't do it, bro. I don't see them doing it. So that begs the question. What veteran quarterback can we go get? That's the question. So Kirk Cousins, I see a lot of y'all saying he trash. Kirk Cousins ain't trash, bro. I'm sorry. Terrible. I'm not rolling. Kirk Cousins is not trash, bro. I'm not rolling.
No, he's not. He ain't.
I'm terrible. Not rolling. He ain't top 10. No, he's not. He's not top 10. But he ain't trash either. He ain't Sam Darnold.
Sure
I
as
think
hell
he's
ain't.
better. I think he's better than Teddy Bridgewater. I think he's better than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, he ain't. Let me tell you something. He ain't that bad. I will say that. He ain't terrible. There's worse options. I think if we would have gone after Kirk Cousins once we started this whole carousel, I wouldn't have been as angry. I think he's more
Kirk don't
capable.
suck, bro. I'm not rolling. Y'all can't tell me. It's again, we could look at it in isolation, bro. Like we could look at it in isolation and say, yeah, you're right. You're right. He had Justin Jefferson. He had Adam Thielen. You're right. You're absolutely right. But what about the defense? Their defense was average, mediocre. What about that offensive line that's trash? Like let's not make excuses when it's in your favor, right? Their offensive line ranked 23rd last year. Okay, so if it's I get that one playoff win, I hear y'all, bro. I hear y'all. Our O line is worse right now. Yes, you're absolutely right. Right now it is, but you intend to make it better, right? We don't intend to go into the same. Well, shit. Let me not because this damn squad is you never know. But anyway, I digress. But I agree with y'all. Though. The right answer is to draft the quarterback. You're absolutely right. 1000% correct. But given the situation we're in,
but we out here with a coach that might not be here after this year.
right?
So is the right decision drafting a quarterback? I don't think it is. I keep thinking about like Josh Rosen. What happened to him? I mean, he was taken in the top 10, didn't really get a fair shake. So, like, because they fired a coach after 1 year. So you can't say we got to draft a quarterback this year. I don't think that's a necessary evil. Like, we got to think through this, man. Like, if we draft a quarterback, that means, in my eyes, and I know folks won't like what I'm going to say, if you're going to draft a quarterback with the first round pick, you got to give Rule the fourth year.
See, that's where it gets tricky with this.
You got to give
him
a fourth year, bro. Like you can't, because then it becomes insane, right? You make the decision. Like if you trade for Kirk Cousins, knowing that man is on a final year of a deal, if Rule has a good year with them, you can work a contract, extend the man, or tag him. You know what I'm saying? You can work a contract and let Rule keep rolling. If you make the decision to draft a quarterback, you have to give Rule a fourth year. You have to. And that puts Fitter in a bad state too, because if they ever decide to clean house, he going with him, bro. It's a package deal at that point. So, I mean, Fitterer needs to think about that too, but I don't know if Fitterer's got a say in the situation with the coach. I think Tepper's going to have to okay for removing Rule before anything. I don't think it's a decision
the Panthers, like when you really like peel back the layers of it, bro, the Panthers are in such a effed up scenario. It's so fucked up, man. It is so bad. Like when you really take the time, and I've been kind of like pushing towards that, and I've been trying to say it for the longest time, ever since since before the season ended. Like it's such a bad scenario when you don't have any day 2 picks, and you're talking about this. You got the GM out here saying that you can create picks without trading back, even though trading back should be in the cards regardless, right? Because you saw in the mock draft I did today, the mock draft I did today, you can see that the talent, and I think he said this last year, the amount of talent that's in that second and third round is crazy. I need to get as many picks as I can in there while still maintaining a solid first round pick. Mm-hmm. So when you look at it, it's a really effed up situation because we need a quarterback. Y'all are right. Sam Darnold's not the answer. We know that. We understand that. But also this coaching staff, they are in win now mode, bro. They have to win right now. Bro. And so are you going to hitch that to a rookie quarterback? Maybe, because Dave is right. I think if you do draft a rookie quarterback, I think you at least buy yourself a little time. But and I think Slim put this in the chat. It makes sense. Nagy got fired too after drafting Justin Fields. So it may not necessarily draft. It may not necessarily buy you some time, but the problem with that is now you have a rookie quarterback going into with a potentially a new head coach that he didn't draft. Can he get along with? Does he like that quarterback? It's just a whole can of worms, bro. When you unpack this shit, it's bad. It's bad, bro. It's bad, man. When you really unpack this whole thing, it's bad. It's bad, man.
Like if rules and will not mold, this trade's happening, bro. I'm being honest. Like if like this trade is happening, if rule feels like, and the thing that makes it even more interesting is that this division is wide open. Like if we get a quarterback and shore up the line of tag, we could win this division. The division's wide open. Who's gonna beat us?
Listen. Everybody keep talking. I don't think the offensive line is. I mean, we got to fix the interior, right? So yes, it is bad in that sense. We got to fix the interior. The tackles, I think Christensen should get a shot. I think Moulton is a solid on that end, but we got to fix the interior. So yes, you're right. We do need to fix that. And I feel like we can do that. You got to go through free agency. You got to go through that entire process. And I think there are some guys in the draft that you could draft early that could help us in that issue. The problem is you also have a quarterback issue. How do you fix? You can't. It's hard. It's going to be really hard to fix the quarterback position and the offensive line in one draft. It's going to be hard.
All I'm saying is New Orleans don't have a head coach. The Bucs don't have a quarterback. We have an opportunity here.
Yeah, they'll get one though.
We'll see. I mean, there's talks that James might come back, so that'll be interesting. James could win that division too.
Yeah, you're right. It is called free agency. You're right. But again, those free agents have to want to come here too. I keep saying that.
All I gotta say is you ain't gotta say that. All you gotta say is Pat Eflin and Cam Irvin, bro. Day one, baby.
This is why the draft is so important, because you force these guys to come. Well, you can't. Well, in some cases, some guys can get their way out of it. It's happened in the past, but you force guys to come play for your squad. Essentially, with the draft, you get an elite talent to come play. That's the easy way to get the best talent. Like in free agency, dudes have options. They have a choice. Ain't nobody coming here. I keep saying that. We're not getting the top dudes. The top offensive linemen ain't coming here. They going to the Bengals. They going to the Bengals, dog. So, listen. We'll see, man. We'll see, dog. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. Any more thoughts on Kirk Cousins and the whole quarterback situation? It's giving me a headache, man.
Bro, this is why I'd rather talk about A&T going to the CAA, because we know what the season is gonna be. Either we're gonna either we're gonna sneak into the playoffs and win a division, or we're gonna be terrible. It's gonna be one or the other. 6 or 7 games is gonna win the NFC South the way that it stands right now. Now, unless the quarterback carousel happens and some of these other squads get a quarterback, 6 or 7 wins is gonna win that conference, wins that division, bro. And getting Kellen Mond ain't gonna fix our problems. Let me be clear. Yo, I'm seeing Kellen Mond in the chat, and I'm like, bro,
I'm seeing
Kellen Mond.
Like we have a problem, man. Like it's not good. And I
haven't even unpacked yet from my trip. You guys out here talking about Kellen Mond, bro. Don't worry, man. No, unknowns will happen. Yo, unknowns will be quick. We're gonna know what this season's gonna be like. I just hope we don't give up draft capital in 2023 to try to win now. If you're gonna give up something, use up some of the draft capital you got remaining in 2022 to do it. But I don't want to hear that we traded Kirk Cousins for a first round pick in 2023. I'll be sick, bro.
Shout out to Cody, man. Shout out to Cody.
Appreciate it, Cody.
Saw Cody in here. Appreciate you, bro. So yeah, man, like it's tough. It's a tough situation. I like Kirk. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he would help. I think out of all the quarterbacks that's been here during the rule area, he would be the best one.
And listen, let me say this, man. Like again, don't take my word. What I'm saying is that I agree with you guys. We need a quarterback, and Kirk Cousins ain't top of my list. I'd rather draft one. I'm with y'all. But if we gonna go get a guy, like I'm seeing y'all say, yo, Jimmy G, like y'all think y'all
Fam.
want
No, fam. Well, if you want to go 2 and
okay, here we
15,
go. I would agree
I'm
with
not
this.
mad at that. I'm
I would
not mad
agree
because
with
then
this.
yes, we wouldn't have to give up draft capital. We'll have a competent quarterback. He might he's a turnover prone quarterback, but he might learn something under Breezy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I would be fine with that.
But
But damn
knowing
it,
Jameis, he would take a well, no, because Peyton is
he
gone.
won't cost much.
He ain't gonna cost much at all. But I again, free agents have choice. They have a choice. You think he's gonna come here? I don't know. This whole Deshaun Watson thing, I have no idea.
No,
I have no
I'm gonna
clue.
go. No. I have an idea. You ready? No, pull it
But
back up. I got an
oh,
idea.
it's gone now.
No, it's not. I got it. Hold on. Where was it at? Yeah, here it is. No, we do not have a shot. He does not want to come here. He has a no trade clause. He don't give a damn that he played for Clemson. He does not want to come here. You know where he does want to go though? The Bucks.
I heard that report was false.
All right. Well, he ain't coming here. I'm gonna tell you that right now, bro. He doesn't want to come. He wants to win a championship. He wants to have a roster around him.
And he said Watson going to jail, bro. Come on, man, relax. He said he ain't
He
going
might.
nowhere but to jail.
Yo, he might end up there, but I think I don't think nobody's gonna touch him until his case is done too. So you gotta take that into account. Like, we don't know what the NFL like. I kind of wish that Houston would have let him play just to see if the NFL was gonna finally blink. Like, the NFL didn't have no reason to blink yet because nobody's playing him. But I think if Houston would have played him or he would have decided to play for Houston, the NFL would have had to make a decision. But I don't, in the grand scheme of things, bro, he ain't coming here. Y'all need to go ahead and get rid of that hoop dream. He ain't coming here, bro. Like, even if Carolina's willing to give up 3 first-round picks for him, he's still gotta approve the trade. And then you gotta ask yourself the question: the Texans won the same amount of games with him than without him. So, like, is he really? Like, dude, I don't know. You know, I don't know if that is worth the price of admission, but we'll see what happens. He'll get your stats, but I mean, I need wins too.
Yeah, it's bro. Ah, man, we could be in for another long season, Dave.
Dude, we knew that already. As soon as we saw the opponents,
I
we're
know,
playing
man.
3 out of the 4 teams that made it into the championship game on our schedule. We play the 49ers, we play the Bengals, and we play the Rams next season. We play Super Bowl champions next season too. Like, we know what it was. We knew what it was. So yeah,
I know. What else I got? Oh, so just circling back around to the cap space situation.
We're still stop right there.
What?
We're still paying Trey Boston.
Yep.
Oh my God.
That's what a June 1 cut does for you, Dave.
We're paying Trey Boston, Dan Arnold. We're playing all these people that don't play for us.
Yep. That's what a June 1 cut does for you. And you see at the top, Matt Paradis. Something I told y'all about. Matt Paradis, his contract voided. I talked about this earlier. And we pay him $8 million because of that.
He's over half of the dead money, bro.
Yep. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Shout out to I'm a man from the UK, so he trying to stay awake. Shout out to you, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's where we are with the dead cap. I want to throw that out there.
Yo, this is hilarious. Hold on. This is hilarious. We're paying Trey Boston to watch our games, and this.
Well, technically, he's already paid. He's already paid, just from a
cap standpoint.
accounting standpoint.
Yeah.
So Dave, we got plenty of time to take calls. I want to get y'all opinion on Kirk Cousins and everything else we've been talking about. So let me pull up the phone line. Give me 1 second. Plenty of time here.
I cannot believe that Kirk Cousins showed up on my timeline today.
Yeah, man. And to go back to the reports too, O'Connell said they building an offense around Kirk. He not going nowhere. Just to kind of bring it all home. All right. Should be good now. Y'all are welcome to call in if you would like. Phone lines are now open. Come through. How do you call? You call the number right there on the screen. That'll do it. You can call that number. Here we go. 8.
Call from.
What it be like?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
First time caller. I love you guys' stuff. It's great.
Hey, man, appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
I'm just wondering, like, if we did a Cousins trade, like, we don't have any day 2 pick. So it's either like we swap, we trade down and give them 6 and for like 11 or something, or we're giving them someone from next year. And I don't think we should be doing anything, even though I know Rule's going to do it. But yeah, I'm just wondering what you guys think the best route to actually acquire Kirk would be.
I don't see a route. That's the part about this. I don't see a route. We don't have anything to give up, like you were just saying. Also, I don't think that the Vikings would be dumb enough to take Sam Darnold either. That's what makes it.
That's the only way we can afford him.
Exactly, because you have to off Sam Darnold's contract, which we didn't talk about that. You have to off his contract to make it somewhat stomachable, if that's a word, to take Cousins deal. So there is no feasible route that I see. I think they were just calling just to say, hey, is he available? What would y'all do? Kind of what would it take? I think they put feelers out there. I don't think there's any route for this to actually happen.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
no problem. Up good work.
Yep. No problem.
You, bro. Any thoughts on that, Dave?
Man. Oh, God. I don't want to talk about Kirk Cousins, bro. Like, the thing is, I'm not trying to be, I don't want to be negative about it. I just feel like we're delaying the inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're delaying what's going to happen. And being a 7-10 team that don't make the playoffs don't really buy as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we bring in Kirk Cousins, we got a shot to win seven games, which would be an improvement. But at the same time, it's like, unless we make the playoffs, I'm not gonna be happy. Like, I want us to make the playoffs, bro. It's been a while. I mean,
yeah,
2017.
It's time.
Like,
man.
If we're not gonna make the playoffs, I don't want to tease. Either we're gonna get there or we don't. You know what I'm saying? If we don't make the playoffs, we need to be a disaster. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
No, I'm being serious.
No, I feel
like,
you.
nah, it's just I don't like if you're gonna build the team to try to win games, then damn it, I want y'all to win games.
Call from
Panther Pickle.
What it be like?
Hey, this is Panther Pickle.
What's up, man?
Hey, question for you guys. Talking about center now. I'm all right with Kirk Cousins, depending on what we give up. But the question I got is the Texans have a center, Justin Britt, going to be free agent. I think he's 30-something. Was drafted by the Seahawks as a right tackle that ended up, had some injury issues, moved to center. He was with the Texans last year with Campton and said Campton's the best offensive line coach, best position coach he's ever had, and wants to stay with him. And Mason Cole, Cole Mason. This Vikings backup center is a free agent. If we get Kirk Cousins, you think it'd be wise to sign that young man?
If we get Kirk Cousins, I don't know how we're going to be extremely active in free agency. I think that will hamper some of what we can do. Now, I don't think any of these gentlemen are going to require a huge deal. I'm sure you can make it work. But I'm not sure. I have to analyze that. I don't really know about those two guys in particular. So I have to kind of see what it would take to get those guys and kind of what the number they would be looking for. But I don't know.
Which I mean, Britt had injury issues. That's the truth of it. But he's a veteran guy, so But I just a couple names that I've been thinking about. So
I'll check those guys out. I'll check those guys out.
Have a good one. Keep out.
Thank you. Yep. Any thoughts on that, Dave?
I
don't know any. I don't know much about those two guys.
No, I think and we would talk about the line. I know that we've been talking about how we need to focus on the interior, and I'm open to try to sign some free agents to try to fix that. But there's been talks that Tunzel might be available, bro, and I don't know if we should consider it. Now I know he plays left tackle. That might be an option if the Houston's trying to get rid of him. And then that kind of gives us flexibility with the first round pick. I don't think we would have to give up a first round pick to get him.
I don't know about all that. I want Christensen to get his opportunity.
To accept.
I agree there.
What's up, man?
Hey, is this Rashad and Dave?
Yep. What you got?
Hey, man, this is Maurice out of Fayetteville. Listen,
hey, 910.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I've been trying. Listen, have you done a film study on Akil Glass out of Alabama A&M?
I have not. I did briefly touched on him in my top 10. He's in my top 10. My top 10 quarterback video. So I briefly touched him, but I paused. I didn't do a in-depth one yet on him.
And he to me, he is Cam Newton 2.0.
Ooh, that's a stretch, bro.
No, man, that's his comp. Check it out.
That's a stretch, bro.
I say this tackle class is deep, but you got to get Charles Cross or even Penning, man. We can't blow this one. Because what if Brady Christensen is not the answer?
Yeah, I mean that's true. That therein lies the conundrum, right? And you're right. This is why this is another layer to the shit show that is the Carolina Panthers, right? Because what if Christensen? Just to answer your question, what if he isn't the answer, right? And you let a Charles Cross go, or you let Evan Neal, maybe you had an opportunity at Evan Neal, maybe you had an opportunity at Penning. Like, what if we let those guys pass in lieu of taking a quarterback or something else, right? So that's another thing where you like, I don't know, we could be messed up, but I
saw Joe Person on 4-Man Rush today talking.
Yeah, shout out to them on that too. Man. Shout out to them on that.
Yeah. And Person said there's no way in hell they're gonna let that go. That they're gonna get a tackle. So if we don't go out and get a quarterback, free agency, then we definitely going to tackle. He said that 6th pick. He said that's too rare, and he said these 3, possibly 4 with Penning, that we got to go that route. And he said that's his thoughts on it. But
that's his thoughts. But Fitterer also said Scott Fitterer, straight from the horse's mouth, also said when you're in the top 10. You have to look at a quarterback, because he said the same thing. You're not going to get this many opportunities to be picking in the top 10, even though we have. When you get there, you got to consider quarterback. So he said that too. So
that's true. That's true. We do. But listen, man, Akil Glass, I know they got to know about him, because he was on my TV screen before that what you call that, Hollywood Bowl or whatever game that was that I saw. College game,
HBCU Bowl,
Senior Bowl,
the Legacy Bowl.
Legacy Bowl, the Legacy Bowl.
That was. I didn't watch it, but I heard he struggled in the Legacy Bowl.
So there's film on him, man, and he stands tall in the pocket. He can make every throw. He's got velocity, and they won their whole deal, man. So as far as HBCUs go, look, we all black quarterbacks, man. Let's roll. Give them a shot. At least
I
do
don't
the
know.
homework on them.
Yeah, I think Akil got a long way. He got a long way to go, bro. Like I think he is. First of all, he's not Cam Newton. Just to be honest, he's nowhere near that. I've seen him play.
No.
I'm aware of him. He got a long way to
Okay.
go, and it's a good chance this dude probably goes undrafted. Just being honest with you. So I agree with you that he is talented, but he got some ways to go. He got some ways to go.
Okay. All right, man. That's all I got, man. Look, I like Ed Ingram too. And as far as safeties go, I like that boy O'Neal out of Texas A&M.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Good
bro.
show, man. Thank
Have
you.
a good one, man. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Any thoughts on that day?
I think that I don't agree that he's not going to get. I think he's going to get drafted, but it's going to be super late, bro. Like 6th, 7th round, because he's going to be a project. But I didn't watch the HBCU Legacy Bowl, but I heard that he struggled. I heard the quarterback that had the best game was the one from Tennessee State, from what I understand. So, I mean, talent-wise, he's got the arm, but I think he's going to be a project in the NFL. He's going to have to sit for a year or two before he can have opportunity.
Call from.
I agree. What up?
Hey, what's up, Doc? How y'all doing, man?
What's going on, man?
I can't complain. Hey, I'm just listening to what all y'all saying, man. Love your show, by the way.
Appreciate that.
And my question is this. I know we've been talking about Kirk Cousins and all that. To me, it's going to cost too much to get him. But that brother from the backup for the Ravens, Tyler Huntley, man, he proved a lot. He showed me a lot over this past season. So my question is this. Wouldn't it make more sense to go after somebody like him? And maybe even a Garner Minshew. I know that's a stretch too. But knowing that we are taking a chance with a rookie quarterback, with what the Panthers are, it's a dumpster fire, sure enough. But if we stick to a somewhat of a veteran quarterback in Tyler Huntley, then we can draft back, get some of that, recruit some capital, and then go after Trevor Penning and later in the rounds, because I like him just as much, if not more, than Cross. So to me, if you can get Huntley, it won't cost you as much as it would a Kirk Cousins or somebody like that.
I disagree.
I just want to know what your thoughts.
I disagree that it may not cost you as much. You're right. It may not cost us as much in cap space in acquiring him, but it will cost you as much as far as giving up something to get him, because this guy's on a rookie deal, bro. And when you got a quarterback that's on a rookie deal, you're gonna have to pay the piper, bro. I believe so. Let me see. I could be wrong on that.
I didn't think he was.
Let me see. Hold on. Or he's on a restricted contract. No, he's on a 1-year deal. My apologies. You're right. My apologies. I'm wrong.
Okay.
He's on a 1-year. He's an exclusive rights free agent, which still begs it's exactly the same thing with exclusive rights free agent. You have to
you're right.
Yeah, you have to give them a first, a first or second round tender. You have to pay that in order to get him. So it's not necessarily cheap. And if I'm the Ravens, there's no way in hell I'm giving up on him. I'm not giving him up. Hell no.
They haven't even extended Lamar yet. I know you can't hear me, but
that's what I was looking at. And I know we need somewhat of a solid quarterback with the structure we have at this point in time. I didn't know how deep we have to go in the pocket to acquire somebody like that.
Yeah, he's super. I think it makes what you're saying makes sense. I just think the execution of that is going to be really difficult because, again, he's exclusive rights free agent, meaning that they own the rights to him. You have to go through him through them to negotiate, and that's going to require a first or second round pick depending on what tender they put on him. So it ain't going to be necessarily easy to get him. You're going to have to give up a lot, and you might as well either just draft a quarterback at that point, or I don't know. It's so difficult to work through these scenarios because it's a lot. It's a lot, and there's so many different ways you can go. But I do like Hundley. I think he's talented. I like him a lot, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure what we can do.
Okay.
But I
Well,
hear
man,
you
y'all
though.
keep
You
doing
in
what
the
y'all
right
doing,
direction.
man.
You
Y'all-
in the right direction, bro. You're thinking in the right direction.
All right, appreciate it, man. Y'all keep speaking the truth, man. Y'all keep spitting out facts, man. I love your show.
All right, bro. Appreciate that.
All right, y'all keep representing, man. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate it, man.
Keep calling in. If it's busy, keep calling. Go ahead, Dave.
Tyler Huntley is it will cost us more than we realize.
It would. It absolutely
Like, I
would.
think people got this false narrative that it'll cost us a 6th round pick. It might cost us more than that because of the fact of the deal that he has.
Nah,
It'll probably cost us.
It'll cost a lot.
Yeah, it costs, like, I think you guys would be surprised what it would take to get Tyler Huntley, because the fact that he played well means that we would have to pay more. Like, I think folks don't realize that it will cost more than you realize, and I don't think some of you guys are willing to pay it. That's just my opinion on that. Not bad for a guy that almost didn't make the team this year for the Baltimore, by the way. He had to fight to get his slot as the backup. All right. But have you been paying attention to the CAA stuff, man, or you just saw the news and that's it?
Nah, I just saw the news.
Yeah, man. It was happening real time while I was down in Greensboro. So I did some research on it. It made, like, I watched the trustees meetings and the executive board meeting. It was online for a stint. And I will say, I mean, it's the right decision. I just think the money that was spent to go out of the MEAC to the Big South and out to the Big South to the CAA is a lot of money. You're talking almost $1.8 million that they spent moving the conferences between the two within the last year and a half. So, other than that, I think it's the right call because of the conference. The combine is next week, ain't it?
Yep. Yeah, we definitely be doing a combine primer for sure. And I'll be covering that joint. So you know
now that all the players are gonna be there.
Yeah, now that all the players are gonna be there for sure. For sure. But yeah, man. And then it's about to pick up here. Business is about to pick up. I don't know what's up with this. I've heard this. I've seen this too by good friends, good Washington Commanders YouTubers. I've seen them post this. I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, it's simple, bro. That man's hurt, and they're gonna try to trade him before he got to sign to a long-term deal.
Shout out to Jared, man. We need that. We need that Excel, man. We need that Excel life. So anything else, Dave?
Nah, I'm good, bro. Let
me shut down the phone lines. Good amount of calls this time. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody that called in. But yeah, man.
Y'all are panicking over JC. Y'all are panicking. I'm looking at the chat, man. Y'all
what's up with JC?
They talking about JC's not. They talking about JC wasn't worth the pick. Not just because that man got hurt. Injuries happen, bro. That's part of the game. If you want to go off that argument, I don't think CMC was worth the pick. Dude ain't played a quarter of a season with the new coach after him signing that deal. But I ain't trying to go there. I'm trying to be nice. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate that, Carolina Panther HQ. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, I think JC gonna be fine. I've been seeing all his workout videos. Yo, I've been seeing it, man. He gonna be good. He gonna be straight. He gonna be straight, bro. He gonna be straight.
Bro, we've never had an offense. CMC's never had an O-line. Like, let's keep it a buck. This is the worst we've ever had, but I think that the contract is the issue I have. I'm not down the man's talent. It's the money that we paid him. He's talented, but the money that we paid him. That's the problem. That's the ultimate problem here. But yeah, man, let's shut it down. Like, because I don't want to talk about Kirk Cousins.
All right. So that being said, man, let's go ahead and shut this thing down, dog. This was fun. A lot of people tuned in today. It had been a while since we got over 300 viewers at one time, man. Y'all been tripping. I post something about rumors, and here come everybody. So I know what y'all want now. I know what I gotta do. I
Y'all
gotta
want
give
the
y'all some
juiciness,
clickbait.
man.
I gotta give y'all some clickbait shit for y'all to come view. So
They
I'll continue to do that. I see what's going on. I see the vibes. I see what we gotta do. I see what we
Look,
gotta
man,
do.
I mean, we got some pretty good. There's some pretty good reporters out there that covers the Panthers that'll probably get down to the bottom of some of these rumors and see what's legit and what's not, particularly about the Robby Anderson situation, particularly.
Yeah, and it's a good point, Dave. You gotta, when you see these rumors, man, pay attention to the beat writers. Like they kind of got a good, like, you know, Sheena Quicks, your Joe Persons. They got a good Vashon from Carolina Blitz. Though they have a really good ear to the streets. So if you want to like follow them on Twitter, once they say it, it's like true.
Yeah. If Sheena's out here giving you the deets, then it's the truth, bro. Just like when the funniest thing, I think we talked about it we talked about Eli Apple and the whole ordeal about Rule saying that he'll never get a job in the NFL again. And then I guess Sheena said it was a very close source, and then the following day Sheena said that very close source was Eli Apple. so they got a pretty strong hold in a lot of the former players and the players in the league. They got a lot of connects in the NFL. So
yeah,
as those folks say it, those young ladies say it, I'm rolling. If Joe Person say it, I'm rolling because they're really good at what they do. There's no question about it. But all right,
man. We're shutting this thing down, man. Stay tuned for the combine stuff. It's gonna be going down. I got my top 10 wide receivers coming out this week. So top 10 wide receivers is under construction right now. Boy, that's a good class. It's a good class of wide receivers. Only problem is a lot of them got injury issues. But man, stay tuned. Stay tuned to that. It's gonna be a good one. All right. That being said, man, we out. Peace.
Peace, guys.